Today I'm talking classical laws of optics. Two laws to be exact, but to be able to understand these laws, I want you to be able to picture light itself in an easy way. Now to be able to do this, I want you to imagine light traveling in rays, which is essentially a thin beam of light traveling in a straight line. Now this light beam can change direction only if it comes in contact with another surface. And if it's a smooth reflective surface, the light beam can reflect off it. Which brings us to our first law of optics, the law of reflection, which states that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Quite an easy one to remember. One thing to remember is that the angles are measured from the normal to the surface. Depending on the surface, light itself doesn't always reflect. It refracts. What I mean by that is when rays of light pass between one transparent media to the other, the transmitted part of the light will bend towards or away from the normal. Which way it bends depends on the media it travels through. Which brings us to our second law of optics, the law of refraction, which is shown by this equation. Here, n1 and n2 are the indices of refraction of the two different media. Example, air, glass, water. The angles shown by sine theta with a subscript I, representing incidence or incident, and sine theta subscript t referring to and the angles shown by sine theta subscript I for the incident angle and sine theta subscript t for the transmitted angle. This law also goes by the name of Snell's law and also Ibn-Sau's law as well, whichever one is easiest to remember. For me, I always call it Snell's law. That was because when I first learnt it, that was the name used. So that's easiest for me to remember. That will bring us to the end of this video. I know it's a short one, but the main point was to introduce to you these two important laws of optics. Hopefully it helped, and I'll see you in the next one.